Hey, folks, it's Mark Arum. I hope you're enjoying the Mark Arum Show podcast. A reminder, you can hear this very radio show live Monday through Friday. We're live 6 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Oh, and fun is what we need. The longest week of all the weeks. I say that every week during the COVID, that every week is longer than the next.
I think next Tuesday is going to be the longest day.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
That's like the massive speed hump in your neighborhood. Does everyone have one of those where it's like there's one that's just a little bit bigger than the others? And you're like, all right, I really got to slow down for that one or I'm going to screw up the bottom of my car.
Right.
That's what Tuesday is.
Yeah.
That's what Tuesday is. We're here. It's Friday. We made it. My power is back on, Longoria.
Yeah, when did it come back on?
1:30 p.m. Sadly, I was still awake when the power came back on. This afternoon?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so thank you to the Georgia Power folks, all the linesmen, the fire people that are out there getting rid of the trees. My power came back on. You never realize you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Cinderella.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't appreciate it, man.
Luckily, it was cold outside this morning and last night a little bit.
It was nice. I did a little cross ventilation with the windows.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I was literally, you know, the David Chappelle crackhead character where he's got the white lips?
Yeah.
That was me driving into work today with no coffee. Because I usually brew, like the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is make a cup of coffee.
I forgot about that.
And I'm like, I'm tweaking.
I'm flowing through all 5 of these stop signs.
So I get, no, I exactly. So I got up early to come into work early. And normally as soon as I get in, I go right to the bathroom here and put on my tie and then come into the traffic center, do my makeup, whatever. This morning I ran in here, scared the crap out of Zach Grizzle, the overnight guy. And I just busted in and turned on the Keurig. And I sat there literally anyway.
You got to get that app-operated one where you can
They
just
have
push...
an app coffee maker?
Yeah, I got a kettle one for my husband so that he can just push a button and it starts brewing. They have one for a coffee maker, too.
That's pretty fantastic, yeah. So, rough day, start to the day. My power's back on. I went and early voted today. The Secretary of State talking about he expected record numbers today. I was one of those people today. I wanted to do it yesterday. That was my plan. But because of the storms where I was going to go early vote yesterday, I had no power, so they couldn't do it. So I had to bump it today. And I went, and Fulton County, where I live, they have this awesome website. It's almost as good as the McBroken website, where it tells you where the, we'll talk about that a little later in the show, but it shows you every early voting precinct in Fulton County.
Yeah, they have one for Cobb, too.
And the wait time with everyone.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. So I was like perusing. I'm like, all right, well, too long. I was like, oh, Sandy Springs Library. I went up to the Sandy Springs Library and voted. Fine folks there. And I was in and out, and it was fantastic. And so I finally did it. Load off my mind because I didn't want to wait in the line on Tuesday. And today was the last day for early voting. And I just, good for you if you're going to go on Tuesday. But the last election, it was, I can't do that voting on election day anymore. It was just too much. It was too much. And I'm glad some of my fellow Georgians have taken advantage of the early voting this year. It's good stuff. So my day's gotten a lot better. The week has been a long struggle. And what a busy news day today. Governor Kemp in quarantine. I wish him and the First Lady well. They tested negative for coronavirus, but they're apparently in contact with someone. And by the way, the governor's mansion has power. I checked that out on the Georgia Power.
I mean, I think, is that like the first place they go, right? Like the Georgia Power is like, all right, first the governor's mansion, then we go out.
I don't know. There was still a tree down on West Paces yesterday. So it wasn't like a huge priority. I'm assuming the governor's mansion has a generator anyway.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I looked at the Georgia Power map, and it was just like this little square around the governor's mansion that had power, and like all his neighbors didn't have power. I'm sure those houses have generators, right? Have you seen those houses?
Yes, I have.
Amazing.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, amazing. So anyway, speedy recovery. If they're even sick, we don't know. They're in quarantine. To Brian and Maddie, as I like to call them. You know, we're pals. I gave him a Christmas card last year. To me, that's we're tight like that. So hope they're okay. The quarantine. I mean, if you're going to be quarantined, and I know they have power, and you're in a mansion, so it's not like being quarantined.
That's a plus.
Yeah, at Chuck Stonehouse or my townhome. And Rush Limbaugh. That was a really weird situation today, where he was just struggling and had to bail on his radio show. So I hope he's all right. I'm not. I understand his love of his job. I love my job too. But if I had his diagnosis, his prognosis, and not to mention his money, I mean, I know he wants to get through this election. I think he feels it's his patriotic duty. But sorry, guys, Longoria, Deborah Green, Jazzercise, I'm tapping out. I'm doing the UFC tap out at that point. Like, I almost tapped out on. So I'm driving home today. This is just going to be a fun show today. I'm not going anything deep, folks. I was driving back from the Sandy Springs Library this afternoon after voting to my house, and every right turn I took to try to get home, there was a tree down. Every street I tried to go, there was a tree down. Traffic has been awful. Then driving in this afternoon, traffic was off. By the way, download the Triple Team Traffic Alerts app, folks, because I was driving. I knew there'd be some roads closed, and I didn't know if. Anyway, I used that other driving app, Smile, and you know what I'm talking about, the 4-letter driving app that some folks have.
I sure do.
And that app turned me into every street that was closed. Take a right turn on Blackland. Closed. Take a right turn on Habersham. Closed.
Now, there's a website, treedown.com.
There you go. Book it, Longoria. Treedown.com.
I got it.
You might remember a couple months ago on the show when we were literally in the doldrums of the COVID and the coronavirus and the pandemic. And I threw out this suggestion. It's like, listen, all our lives are a struggle right now, and it's up to our corporate friends to make our lives better. And I asked for companies to do things they would not normally do. For example, I pleaded with the Kathy family, bring back the chicken salad sandwich for Chick-fil-A. Bring back the spicy chicken bit. Like, bring back these things just to make us feel better, things we missed. And we did a whole show on it. What would you have a company bring back? And one of them was the McRib. The McRib is officially back. So McDonald's corporate finally listened to the Mark Arum show. Look at Jazzercise popping up like a little muskrat.
He was supposed to go
Meerkat.
to a party tonight. Now he's going to go get a McRib.
You know, sometimes when you guys talk about products, I do send it to the promotional.
Oh, nice.
And, like, hey, just so you know, we mentioned you, thinking maybe they'll send something our way. They usually don't. So maybe they actually listen.
One of the things that our listeners were asking for, because it was like, there's no reason not to just give us everything right now. Our lives are such a struggle with wearing masks and social distancing. You can't see your friends, furloughs, working from home. And the whole show was, hook us up. What are some things that companies do on a limited time only that they could bring back? And I wanted the Shamrock Shake and the McRib from McDonald's. And dagnabbit, the McRib is set to return for limited time starting December 2nd. And for the first time since 2020, it's going to be available nationwide. I didn't know it wasn't available nationwide.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Because we live in a big city here, the metro area. When the McRib comes, we get it in Metro Atlanta. Like, they don't mess around. This is a big area. But I guess if you lived in Whitefish, Montana, where Chuck is from, and there's one, are they going to drive all that way to deliver McRibs?
I'm sure they don't just go to that store, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but this is now every McDonald's across our great land, our democratic republic, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now everyone is going to get to sample the McRib sandwich. So that's awesome. It's coming December. I would have done it on Election Day, right? Like, take advantage of people being out
Before
and excited.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah. So good stuff there. So there we go. One other note when it comes to home goods, home services, consumers, Netflix is raising their prices. Do you do Netflix,
Yeah, I do,
Longoria?
yeah.
Jazzercise, do you do Netflix?
I'm Netflix all the way, yeah.
Yeah, Deborah Green, Netflix?
Yeah, but, I mean, they had, record signups this year.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, they can. That's the thing.
guess so.
So it's not even that expensive a month. Like,
Well, that's the thing. I don't even know how much I pay for Netflix. I just pay for it. It just comes out. I don't even know.
I think it's like going up to $13.99 a month.
I think it's up to 17 depending on which tier you
Which
have.
tier? I don't know either. I have no idea. I couple it with Xfinity, so it all comes into one bill. But that's exactly what Jazzercise just said. No one cares what we pay for Netflix because we are addicted to it now, right? There's no Netflix can be like, oh, it's going to be $100 a month, and people be like, all right.
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably draw the
I
line
think I'd
at that.
tap out at $100.
Some people would. Some people would tap out. But people, it is such a part of our lives now that I guarantee you a majority of people were like, all right, maybe not $100, but if Netflix is like, Hey, pandemic, $49.99. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, they got us.
You slap your wrist. Go, well, whatever, Netflix. Whatever. Yeah, you still got it. I can watch The Office whenever I want. I can watch comedians in cars getting coffee.
Tiger King.
Tiger King. Yeah. So I actually give Netflix credit because they could be jerks right now. Because we're doing nothing but sitting at home watching TV, and Netflix could literally be like, yeah, it was $14.99. Now it's $56.99. What are you gonna do? What are your options? What are you gonna do? So just watch that. Mark this day down. November. No.
October 30th.
October 30th. I couldn't read my handwriting. October 30th, 2020. Netflix raises the price to $17.99. We'll say it is. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't matter. I bet in 5 years, like Arum called it. It's like $199 a month now. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, well, what are you going to do? You got to have it. You got to have it. Anyway, all right, let's have some fun on a Friday. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk, on at Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. I hope your power is back on. Still a lot of folks in the metro area without power. Thoughts and prayers to those. I hope it comes on soon for you. And we literally can talk about whatever you want tonight because it's been that kind of a week. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk, on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is Friday edition of the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB. $58 glorious degrees on Peachtree Street. Mark Arum and pal. So, I don't know, 3.5 on the Mark Arum Show back sweat meter. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Angela's in Macon. Angela, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. What's going on?
I just have a question. I live in Macon and work in Jonesboro. So the express lane from McDonough to Jonesboro has been like my best friend for the last few years. And the price of it has only ever been up to $1.30 at the most. This past 2 weeks, it has been $3.90 and even up to $4. And since you're the traffic guy, I just thought you might could tell me why. Do they not want anybody to ride on it anymore, or what?
This is in the afternoon drive?
It's morning and afternoon.
Morning and afternoon. So I don't know. Mornings, it shouldn't be because traffic had. I was under the impression that those are adjusted based on need, right? Like the worse the regular lanes are, the more the price goes up. But it hasn't been bad in the mornings. I didn't know. I don't know about the afternoons.
It hasn't changed any in the last few years that it's been open. The traffic's still been the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not,
you know what, Angela? I don't have an answer for you now, but I'm going to reach out to my friends at the toll authority and get an answer for you. How about that?
That'd be great. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks for listening, buddy. Yeah, well, anything goes. I'll answer questions. You need help with your SAT prep? We got you. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. News, weather, traffic next.
Hey, Atlanta. It's Andy Cohen. You're listening to The Mark Arum Show.
6:38 on a Friday. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8. Chris Chandler is literally going to do the Roadrunner out of the building in 3 seconds, but I'm glad you stuck around, Chris. I have one question for you.
Yes.
I want to get a journalist in here to answer this question. And
I'll see if I can find one.
You might not have the answer. Why do cows have hooves and not feet?
Oh.
Because they lack toes.
Oh, man.
I got to laugh at a jazzercise. That's all that matters. I just want to give you a dad joke on the way out. Have a good weekend, buddy.
You too. You guys too.
He was actually coming up. He said, well, the evolution of the cows. Yeah, I love that dad joke. Why do cows have hooves and not feet? Because they lactose. There you go. Use that tomorrow on Halloween when the kids come up.
All right.
You can't get any candy unless you answer this question, kids.
They will have no idea because they probably all drink lactose-free milk.
Oh, you're right. Kids these days. These days. Kids these days. The worst, one quick Halloween story that Deborah pulled. Worst Halloween candy of all time. What do you think it is, Jazzercise? As a kid, what do you not want to get?
Can you get candy corn?
Yep, that's number one on the list. Good
is
job.
it really?
Yeah, number one on the list. Let me give you the 10 worst Halloween candies judged on by kids, maybe Longoria's daughters. Number 10, Bit O' Honey.
Yeah, I usually would pass that on to
I
someone
don't
else.
even. I can't even believe they still make that Bit-O honey. Who eats Bit-O honey?
I bet you give it to like your grandparents, maybe.
All right, Good and Plenty. Those are like those little licorice nuggets. Number 8, black licorice, which you can die from. We found out if you ate too much. Number 7, Smarties.
I love Smarties.
Do you really?
Yeah, they're just sugar.
I was
Oh,
listening.
I love Smarties.
Yeah.
Really? I was listening to a fantasy football show earlier today on the radio, and the guy was talking about Smarties, and he called them a Halloween filler. Like, people just buy that just as a filler, and he said that,
yeah, it usually comes along like in a handful of stuff, but
you
I
can't
love
just
those.
give them. You can't just give
Right.
Smarties.
But
No,
I'll
no,
dig
no.
them out and eat them first.
He said,
Sweet Tarts?
really?
Yeah, sweet tarts. Yeah,
He called them flavored chalk.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about right.
Well, so you guys are you're
I'm
all right
down
with
for
that.
those.
Yep.
Number 6, I can't. I don't like these. Even as a kid, they were just too much work. I don't want a candy that's too much work.
Yeah, I'm with you.
6 worth candy is Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5, Necco wafers.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah, those are that's. I mean, no offense to the older people out there, because I'm one of them now, but that's an old person candy. I can't believe they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
make that. Like Coca-Cola is like, all right, we're going to ease off production of some of their products, but Necco wafers are still being produced,
Yeah,
right?
They don't care.
Manage your resources.
Pandemic or no.
Number 4, I haven't seen these in 30 years. Wax cola bottles.
Oh, they're still out there.
Are they still out
Yeah,
there?
they're
Really? I
still
haven't
there.
had. Oh, ugh, I didn't like those either.
Well, they were good until you got the soda out of the wax, and then you were
Right.
just chewing on wax, which is
Yeah.
disgusting. Number 3, I think these are good. Peanut butter kisses.
No, they're not the Hershey Kiss. You're thinking of those
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of-
disgusting black and orange waxy things. You remember what I'm talking about? You don't even know what they are, but they're only in black and orange package.
Oh,
And they look like a caramel, but they're not.
They're not,
peanut
yeah.
butter
Okay,
Kiss.
those
They're
stink.
awful.
Yeah,
Like the Hershey's peanut butter
No,
kisses.
those are great,
good.
yeah.
Number 2, these things are just god awful. I might have put this number 2. My number 1, circus peanuts.
That's not even a candy.
Yeah, that's not.
It's a legume.
Is that the?
It's a legume.
Are those like the squishy ones?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're awful.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're awful. And we did number 1, candy corn. I would have flipped it. I mean, candy corn's not my favorite, but I'd prefer that over circus peanuts and Bit of honey
That's true.
and Necco wafers and everything
Well, I'll
else.
take all the Smarties.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised by that. Now I know we're getting you guys for Christmas, Smarties. Our buddy Jeff is in Snellville on a Friday. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hanging in, brother. You have power?
Yes, we have power.
Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear. What's going
Just
on?
like Austin Powers, we gotta have power.
Exactly.
Hey, I have a question for you. I was wondering, how did you propose to your girlfriend / wife now? Because I would like to do the same with mine.
Oh, is she listening?
Yeah, well, no.
All right, good. Well, here's the deal. You're not going to be able to do this specific proposal. I mean, you can get the generals down, but so here's what it was. It was Christmas Eve in 2019. Oh, glorious 2019. How things were so nice. And there's a Christmas Eve tradition in my family. I drive up to Connecticut, and we go out to this nice dinner at this nice restaurant. Usually it's the same restaurant, but whatever. So we were in this place called the Saltwater Grill in Litchfield, Connecticut. And I had the ring with me. I was going to propose. And I gave the ring to our waitress, and I was like, "Hey, can you bring this out on the butter tray and put it in front of my girlfriend so I can propose to her?" Blah blah blah. She's like, "Oh my god!" The waitress started crying. It was great. She's like, "Of course I will." Blah blah blah. So I'm ready. I'm like kind of nervous, you know. I'm pretty confident she's going to say yes, but I'm a little nervous. And we're eating with my mom's friends of the family. There's a big group. It's like 12 of us, and one of my mom's best friends, Cheryl. Her father used to own a jewelry store. So Cheryl has all this amazing jewelry. And my mom makes Cheryl take off her wedding ring. And she's walking around the table showing everyone how big this ring is. She's like, "Look at the size of Cheryl's ring. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Maya, look at the size of Cheryl's ring. Look how big this is." And I'm like, oh, son of, like.
So your mom didn't know.
She had no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, if she knew, that would have been a jerk move, but no. But she's like making this big production, like, "Maya, look at the size of this ring. Look how big that is. How impressive is that? Oh my God, pass this around." And I'm like, "Mom, you're setting the bar like so high." So finally, like 20 minutes later, the waitress brings out the thing, and Maya sees like this ring on her butter dish, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And I get down to propose. And she says yes, thankfully. And then I'm like, I wasn't sure after my mom was throwing that ring around, Cheryl's freaking ring, that you would look at this little chip on a and be like, oh no, I want Cheryl's ring. So that is so I can give you Cheryl's contact info, and my mom can come down to Snellville and do the same thing and embarrass you as you present the ring to your fiance. But so that's the story how I proposed. And what's funny is the waitress let us keep the butter dish that the ring was on.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah, she's like in the to-go bag. She's like, I put the butter dish in there for the
now she's fired.
Little memento. Yeah, and she I'm sure she lost her job because of COVID. Damn Rona. Damn Rona. We'll come back. I'll take a couple of quick calls. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. If you want to know any more embarrassing personal details about my life, I am working to get an effort on that toll lane answer for you. Hopefully we'll get that before the news at 7. It's Friday. It's the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB. I can say this because Chuck's on vacation in Whitefish, Montana. This is a hard-working group of folks here, right? I mean, Longoria is stoic, hard-working. Deborah Green, like 6 days a week, banging it out. Jazzercise, who's filling in for Longoria, is a great work ethic. Here's some data for you, Longoria. The average U.S. worker, and you're above average, right? The average U.S. worker puts in 1,786 hours per year, which, out of context, you don't know. It doesn't mean much to you. That's 106 hours more than the average worker in Japan. They're notoriously like hard workers, right? That's 248 more hours than the average worker in the United Kingdom, and 403 hours more than the average worker in Germany. So they did some research on America's 116 largest cities with 11 key metrics, checking unemployment rate to average workly week hours and share of workers with multiple jobs to find out the hardest working cities in America. Atlanta comes in 59th.
Wow.
Yeah, 59th out of 116. I get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks that are like me that do this and have a side hustle and bang it out. And then there's people like Chuck. They're doing enough to get by, right?
Enough.
So that number actually makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Just some quick highlights. El Paso, Texas comes in at 50. Boston, Massachusetts at 42. These are the hardest working cities in America. Tampa at 35. That surprises me because I figure if you live at the beach, not that many people are working hard, right? You're always at the beach. How can you work hard if you live at the beach?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Fargo, North Dakota is at number 3, 33. Charlotte is at number 30. Seattle, Washington at 28. I didn't think they worked that hard in Seattle.
Yeah.
They protest hard. I didn't think they worked that. Houston, Texas at 24. Billings, Montana comes in at 19. Honolulu, Hawaii at 18. Who's working hard in Hawaii?
I don't know. Maybe because of the tourists?
I don't know. That seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Portland, Maine at 15. Dallas, Texas at 13. Austin, Texas at 9. You've been to Austin.
Yeah, I lived in Austin for 6 years.
Do people work hard in Austin?
Yeah, I mean it's a busier place than it was when
But it's like Music City. Like people drink and play music.
I mean, I didn't do much working when I was there. But
it doesn't stand out to me as like, oh, that's a hardworking city, Austin. Like they're always drinking and playing music.
Yeah, I had 3 jobs in Austin though at the same time.
Oh, all right, because you have to pay for the drinking and all right. So maybe that is. This has nothing to do with politicians, but Washington D.C. is number 8 on the list as far as the hardest working cities.
I don't think that means politicians.
Your hometown, allegedly, Corpus Christi, number 7.
Really?
On the hardest working cities.
Well, there's a lot of
America.
refineries there.
Oh, the oil folk.
Yeah, a lot of refineries,
they
do work like weird shifts.
All right, let's do our top 5. Top 5 hardest working cities in America. Number 5, I'm assuming oil. Irving, Texas. Is that oil country?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oil, cattle.
Yeah, cattle.
All right. Number 4, I love this city. Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's a great little city. If you ever get a chance to go to Cheyenne.
All the cattlemen, maybe.
It's awesome. I loved Cheyenne, Wyoming. Number 4, again, I don't get this. Virginia Beach, Virginia. No, it's number 3. Virginia Beach, Virginia, 3rd hardest working city in America. Number 2, San Francisco. And before you say, oh, San Francisco, get the hell out of here. A bunch of homeless people pooping in the street. But that's true, yes. But like all the tech jobs, those tech people work like 120 hours a week.
Yeah, one of my friends lives out there, and anytime I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like she's always working.
Yeah, they put in ridiculous hours. So yes, there's homeless people pooping in the street, But they got to pay. Like, there's hardworking people cleaning it up.
Yeah,
So
that's
people
true.
are working hard. And the number one hardest working city in the United States of these Americas, Anchorage, Alaska.
Fishing.
The fishing
Probably.
industry,
I
yeah.
would think so.
Deadliest catch.
Yeah.
Those
see?
people work hard.
Yeah.
But they work hard for like a week.
Well, yeah,
You know,
but
and
it's
I mean,
hard
they
work,
could die, but they work hard. They work hard for like a week, and then they just come back to land. Like, all right, when are we going out again, Sid?
Sid.
Sid on the what was his boat? The Time Bandit. I think that was it.
Yeah, I don't
that was one of
remember.
those boats. But so there you go, Anchorage, Alaska. So Atlanta's 59th on the list. That's about right to me. Anchorage number one. I have no argument there. Austin, Texas, to me makes no sense. You're drinking, you're playing music.
Well, that's gigging. Someone's got to pour the drink. Someone's got to play. You've got a whole back line to set up a concert. And there's a lot going on.
All right. I have an answer, by the way,
About what?
the toll question.
Oh.
The express, this is from the authorities, by the way. The express lanes in the 75 South Quarter in Clayton and Henry County seeing a 75% increase of traffic volume that they saw. They're up to 75% of pre-COVID traffic volume, which is why the South Metro lanes are going up. So the rush hour has returned in the general purpose lanes. More trucks use them, et cetera, et cetera. So that is why we've seen the bump in the... I'll give you a more detailed explanation on Monday. I'll go in and dig into facts. I'll go all Richard Belcher on you and find out what's going on. Richard Belcher shows up at your house or your business, you're in trouble. Yeah, you're in deep trouble. But if Cheryl Castro shows up at your house, she usually brings treats, so it's a good thing. She's got your news, weather, and traffic next. Then we'll come back. It's the Friday edition of The Mark Arum Show.
No, I'll run this town to be near you. I stand alone. I stand
Have you ever heard of Doughboys?
Like as a rap group, yes.
No, as a campfire dish. Chuck,
No.
I'm sure growing up in Montana, you've been outside in front of fires more than the rest of us combined. So I mean, we used to have fires, bonfires as a kid or whatever. And I'd never heard of Doughboys. Longoria, you ever heard of
Never heard
Doughboys?
of that.
No.
So when I went to a fire pit a couple weeks ago when it was movie night, and we were drinking and they the couple that was hosting it, they were like, yeah, want to make doughboys. I'm like, what the hell's a doughboy? So apparently you take, like just biscuit dough or, the dough in a can kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you
Pillsbury,
flatten. Yeah,
pop 'em.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you flatten it out and then you put it in there's a plate of sugar and cinnamon or whatever you want. And you go like this and then you flip it over and go like this.
Pat it down.
And then you wrap it around a skewer and you cook it on the open
Really?
fire. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was not good at all.
Really?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
Did you cook it? Did you burn it?
Well, that's the problem. It's not like a s'more or a hot dog or a marshmallow. I guess it depends on the skewer. You can't really fully cook them.
It sounds like a really bad churro. Well,
Yeah,
a
it's
baked one instead of a fried one.
Now,
yeah.
maybe it was just, it didn't stay. It's cinnamon, sugar, and dough. It was fine.
Right.
But I couldn't figure out how to get the thing completely
There's
cooked.
probably a trick to it.
Yeah, but they didn't tell me the trick.
Well, no.
But
was
you-
everybody else's fully cooked and you were the only
It was so
idiot?
dark,
I mean, the
I
only
couldn't
person
tell.
that
I
did
It was
it?
one of those things where everyone knew it was bad, but nobody wanted to pipe up and say anything. So
100%.
everybody just sat around like, "Oh, this is great."
100%. I was excited to try
Yeah,
it.
sure, I
But
would have been.
And maybe I'll try it again. But I think maybe it was the skewer that I just couldn't. It was
Yeah.
so when I ate it,
Metal skewers.
yeah.
Okay.
And when I finally just burned the sucker. You do it with marshmallows. You let them on fire, and
Mm-hmm.
and so I finally did that, and it was still undercooked.
There must be a better way to attach the dough to the skewers so
Something.
it cooks more evenly and quicker.
Yeah.
So it's more like a.
But I feel better that I was the
never
only
heard
one
of
that
that.
never heard of Doughboys. Anyway, this is the per year the fast food favorites from the year you were born. All right, so.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way back to 1950. So we'll start with Longoria. You're born in 1977.
77.
The barbecue sandwich at Arby's. That was the barbecue sandwich, the classic barbecue. Chuck, you were born in 1978. The beef and cheddar from Arby's. Arby's crush in the late 70s. How about that? Deborah, what are you, 96?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 96. Deborah Green was the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's was the most popular fast food. I was born way back in 73. Tough to beat this one, kids. the quarter pounder with cheese from
Oh,
McDonald's.
classic.
Do you know what's funny? No, it was just the quarter pounder. Now it's only on the menu as the quarter pounder with cheese. But when I was a kid, it was on there twice. Like I got it with the cheese or the no cheese. And then McDonald's said, well, screw it. You have to ask for it if you want cheese.
Yeah, they still do that with the Whopper.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So here we go. I'm going to start way back in 1950, Johnny K. And if you want to chime in with your expertise, I'd love to hear it. 1950, Dunkin' Donuts. Fast food favorite. 1950.
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah. 1951, the banana split from Dairy Queen. 1952, this is the year I should have been born. One of my favorite meals of all time, the tender sweet fried clams from Howard Johnson's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hojo.
I love those fried clam strips. 1953, Danny's Donuts. I'm assuming they are no longer in existence. I don't know. Danny's Donuts. 1954, broiled burgers from Burger King. They were the first to do the flame broiled burgers way back in 1954. They've been around ever since. Hojo comes back in 1955 with the large, not to be outdone, Hojo says, we're going to do a large charcoal broiled steak. Like, you can grill your burger. We're putting a steak on there. 1956, the original recipe chicken from Johnny Kielbasa.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mark.
1956. 1957. Listen to this run of fast food favorites. 56, you had KFC. 57, the Whopper from Burger King was sweeping the nation. And then in 1958, Pizza Hut came on the scene.
Golden age right there.
Right?
Golden age.
I mean, that's like Mickey Mantle's Triple Crown years. Those are crazy. 59, Henry's Hamburgers. Never heard of them. 1960, a newcomer in the pizza biz showed up. Domino's and their pepperoni pizza. 1961. What's big about 1961? Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's single-season record, and the most important date in Longoria's family tree. What a burger.
Oh, yeah.
19. I didn't realize they were around that long.
Oh, yeah, they've been around forever.
They need to come to Atlanta. Stop messing around. You can't come as far as Alabama and stop.
That is true.
Right? I mean, what
That
the
is
hell?
true, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
1962, the famous cheese slider from White Castle. 1963, these are the fast food favorites from the year you were born, by the way. 1963, the bacon cheeseburger from A&W. I don't go to enough A&Ws. I mean, there's not a lot of them around.
Yeah.
But if I ever see them on a road trip, I'll swerve off the highway and check out an A&W. 1964, Johnny Kielbasa, Jesus' chicken sandwich was born. Chick-fil-A, 1964. It'd be tough to top that. But 1965, Mickey D's came up with the Filet-O-Fish.
Uh-oh.
The Filet-O-Fish. I think
Greatest fish sandwich.
it is the greatest fish sandwich.
100%.
It's crazy. Even though they're robbing us literally by only putting half a piece of cheese on that thing.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That makes, I mean, and I was eating it for 40 years before I found out that there's not a full slice of cheese.
Oh.
They just put it half and they have melted over one side, so
Yeah,
it looks like
so
it's
it looks
full
like you
bake.
got it everywhere. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So that was 1965. 1966, the original Sneaky Pete from Sneaky Pete's. Do you know anything about that, Johnny K?
Not in that context, Mark.
All right. 1967, the Big Mac. 1967. So that was a full 10 years after the Whopper from Burger King. That's shocking to me.
The third bun changed the world.
It was a game changer. 1968, Sonic came up with Pickle O's. I don't know what those are.
The heck are those?
I don't know. Wendy's came in 1969, Dave's Famous Burgers. 1970, Taco Bell with the Enchilito. That was their primary thing. 1971, the classic roast beef sandwich from Arby's, which Johnny Kielbasa once declared the greatest burger on the planet. That was a very controversial take. Very controversial take. 1972, the year before I was born, the Munchkins were born at Dunkin' Donuts, the little donut bites.
Wow.
Yeah. So whoever came up with that deserves a raise, right? Because you know how that came about? If you guys, I used to make donuts for a living. And you'd roll out the dough, much like you do with the doughboys at the campfire, and then you'd take the donut maker and you'd put the circles in, and you'd have these little balls. And before 1972, they would throw the balls away.
No, they wouldn't. They would roll them back out.
Johnny, stop. Stop. And they would just waste those balls of dough, kids. Come up and sit on Uncle Mark's lap.
Yeah.
This isn't the
Tell you about donut balls.
And then someone in 19...
Tossing them out the window.
Yeah, they would just literally, they would throw them at homeless people. They would...
Gosh.
Wow. And then 1972, someone, an unknown hero, said, why don't we just fry these up and sell them? And the Munchkin was born, 1972. 1973, my birth year, the Quarter Pounder, 74. That's a big one. The Egg McMuffin debuted for McDonald's.
That's good.
Still a classic, one of the best. Johnny Cabasa, what is the all-time most popular sub at Subway?
The cold cut combo?
Yeah, the BMT, cold cut combo, 1975. Taco Bell came out with the Bell Beefer in 1976. 77 was the barbecue sandwich, as we mentioned. 78, the beef and cheddar. This is, I don't know why this is on here. The taco pizza from Pizza Hut in 1979. I have no recollection of the taco pizza from Pizza Hut. That sounds awful.
I think it had lettuce on it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, who wants a pizza with lettuce on it?
No. 1980, the Cheeserito from Taco Bell. Bellwether year in fast food, 1981. McDonald's came up with this seasonal favorite, the McRib. The McRib is fairly new, 1981. 1982, taquitos from Whataburger. Are those any good, Longoria?
They are.
All
They're
right,
pretty
I haven't
good
had
for
those.
being, fake tortillas and
Popeyes said fake taquitos. Buttermilk biscuits from Popeyes in 83. Rest in peace to the McDLT that debuted in 84 from McDonald's. Dairy Queen.
It burned brightly in the sky and then just kind of faded away.
Keeps the hot side hot and the cold side cold. 85.
I remember
that.
Blizzards from Dairy Queen. 1986. I do not remember this. Seafood salad from Taco Bell.
Gross.
That lasts 3 days on the menu. Who the hell's getting seafood salad?
Oh my God.
Let me fly through the rest of this list. I'll give you some highlights. 1988, Pan pizzas from Little Caesars. McDonald's in 89 and 90, Pizza and Mighty Wings, and then 91, the McLean Deluxe. 93 was the McLobster. I don't think that was ever available down here.
McLobster.
1995, Stuffed Crust Pizza from Pizza Hut. 96, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich. 2000, the Caramel Frappuccino. So it kind of went off. All the bigger stuff was in there. So that's great research right there, Deborah Green.
Thank you.
That took months to accumulate that. So I'm going to go. Let's see who had the best birth year. Quarter pounder with cheese for me. Longoria had the beef and cheddar. No, the barbecue beef and cheddar for Arby's. Johnny, what are you? 74?
61.
61. The Whataburger. All right. I'm taking the title with the. We are all here on the Mark Arum Show, Gen Xers, correct? I know I'm a Gen Xer. You guys are a little younger, but still Gen X. What Halloween candy? Say you were going trick or treating with your daughter. What's the candy that Dad's going to take out first? What's your favorite Halloween candy, Chuck?
Oh, man. Come back to me. I got to think about that. You just put me on the spot.
Well, I like the peanut butter cups.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Peanut butter cups, yeah.
I'm with you. I would take the Reese's peanut butter cups. Probably when I was a kid, that wouldn't have been my first choice, but now it is. Nothing yet.
Anything. I'm not a big chocolate fan.
Yeah, you like those.
So it's like anything
Sour
else.
Patch Kids.
Yeah, anything else that's basically not chocolate.
Longoria and I are we are common Gen Xers. We like the peanut butter cups #1, Snickers 2, then Kit Kat, Milky Way, Almond Joy. Baby boomers.
Kit Kat's a good one.
That is a good one.
Werther's.
Baby boomers. Werther's, no. Snickers #1.
That makes sense.
Snickers #1. It satisfies. #2, Reese's peanut butter cups. #3, Milky Way. This is where it goes off the cliff. #4, caramel apples. And #5, Tootsie Rolls.
I hate both of those.
Tootsie Rolls are good. You don't like Tootsie Rolls?
No, they get stuck to my teeth.
Yeah, I hate Tootsie Rolls. They're
And then we
garbage.
got to fight them
Hot
half
garbage.
the time. It's just
Millennials, Reese's peanut butter cups #1, Snickers #2, Kit Kat #3. This is where it goes off. Candy corn #4.
Oh, who likes candy corn?
Apparently
Hot
millennials
neighbor
do.
Loves
Really?
candy. She eats that stuff when it's time of year by the bagful.
And Twix finishes up for them. Gen Z, that's the real youngins, right? They #1, Reese's peanut butter cups. That is by far the #1.
Yeah.
Snickers #2, Kit Kat #3, Twix #4, Hershey bars #5. To me,
Very
Gen Z
normal.
more normal than the millennials, and certainly
I
the
think we
boomers.
all knew that.
Caramel apples. Oh, by the way, #5 for Gen X, Almond Joy.
How do boomers eat a caramel apple?
We'll come back. More of your calls. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. This is The Mark Arum Show. I've been here 22 years. Deb Green, how long you been at WSB?
About 6.
6. Chuck?
Be 7 in August.
7, and wow, alrighty. And Jason Byers?
5 in October.
This is a really cool place to work. Obviously, people come here and they don't leave, right? They stay here for a reason. And one of the cool things about this building, we've got the 4 radio stations, the TV station, is that there are like Atlanta legends in here. Like there's some really cool people. I'm sure when Erickson comes through, like people are kind of starstruck.
A few.
I'm not saying a lot,
No,
but I'm sure there's
Sure.
there's some that are like, oh wow, that's Eric Erickson. Or if they see Jovita Moore, like Jovita was on the show last night. Like there's people legitimately starstruck. Have you ever been, or are you currently starstruck when you see anyone in the building here?
Twice I've ended up in the elevator with Jovita, and I'm always flustered.
Yeah.
I never know what to say, so then I just sit there awkwardly. I barely get. I don't know why she just flusters me.
Well, she's an icon.
Yeah,
she's
but
a
she
legend.
always flusters me every time.
Deb Green, you would be nonplussed by local
I
celebrities.
mean, the
though,
first
right?
time I met Monica, I think I was like, oh my gosh, that's
Monica
Monica.
Pearson, yeah.
Yeah, like I watched her on TV forever,
Sure.
and I'm like, oh my God, that's her. And I got really nervous talking to her.
Oh yeah, she's a legit icon
Yeah, exactly.
forever. I was the first time for years I was starstruck by Monica, and then I what really helped was I used to fill in on sports on Channel 2, and I got to share the anchor desk with her and John Pruitt at the same time.
That would be more terrifying.
It was awesome. It was like, okay, like that was a cool, like, I've made it moment here in TV and radio, that I got to share the anchor desk with John Pruitt and Monica
Yeah,
Pearson.
like that'll forever be on your resume.
Oh, I've got, it's phenomenal. Jason Byers, have you ever been like, oh my God, I can't believe I just ran into this person?
The first time I walked past Katie Kiley in the hall, that was a big moment.
Yeah. So anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, like, I've been here 22 years. I'm not very starstruck anymore. Like, it doesn't happen. The only time it happens now is when I run into this guy, and I ran into him in the parking lot on the way in today because I was running super late. I'm going to play some audio here.
Van Earl Wright, CNN Headline Sports.
Van Earl Wright from CNN
Indiana
Headline Sports. I grew up watching him doing sports on CNN. CNN Headline Sports. And so anyway, I like schoolgirl out every time I see Van Earl. So I got soul crushed on the way in today. So again, I arrived later to the station, and Van Earl does sports on Channel 2 now. He was a legend on CNN Headline News for years doing sports. And Van's coming in, and I'm getting out of my car. I'm like such a kid. I'm like, hey, Van. He's like, hey, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I do a radio show, 6 to 8.
It sounds so beneath. Like, I'm just on the radio.
Yeah, but I was like crushing that he didn't even know I did a radio show, and I was like, never meet your heroes. I guess that is the thing. But I still geek out every time I see Van Earl Wright. Anyway, I just wanted to tell that story. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. This is the Mark Arum Show. Let's play Never Have I Ever with Russ in Gainesville.
It's Never Have I Ever with Russ in Gainesville.
Not only is this a great game, but it's the end of the week because we play this on Fridays. Never Have I Ever with Russ in Gainesville. What's going on, Russ?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Excellent. You got any big plans this weekend, buddy?
No, but I've got my favorite person I want to meet.
Who is that?
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Ooh, Bibi. You want to meet Bibi? What if he had COVID?
Yeah.
Would you still meet Bibi if he had COVID?
Yeah, sure. I'm not that scared of it.
Yeah.
I know that's foolish, but
Russ
yeah.
is an anti-masker. All right, let's meet our contestants on the phone. Our buddy Grant is in Tequila. Grant, tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself.
Well, I work all the time, and on my off time, I listen to you.
My man. Good man, Grant. Appreciate it. You're going to be playing Nathan. Nathan, tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself.
Nathan, just celebrated 20 years with my beautiful wife.
Congratulations.
And, 2 kids.
What's your wife's name?
Dana.
Dana. Oh, that's a sexy name, too. I like that name. Happy anniversary, Dana. All right, so here it is. Never Have I Ever with Russ in Gainesville. Simple game, guys. It's basically yes or no. I'm going to say something, an act or something, and you have to guess whether or not Russ has ever done it. Very simple game. It's a flip of the coin, basically. We'll start with you, Grant. Has Russ in Gainesville ever been out of the United States of America? Has he ever left the country? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
You say absolutely. Russ, ever left the country?
Yes.
Where have you been?
I spent a month in Jamaica.
I knew
really
you've been to
enjoyed.
Jamaica. Yeah. Where else? Anywhere else?
Bahamas, I think, and that's it.
You go to the hedonism in the Bahamas and Jamaica, right? That resort
No,
hedonism.
the hedonism in Jamaica.
Yeah, hedonism Jamaica. All right, so Grant gets the point. Good job, Grant. Russ has been out of the country. All right, Nathan, has Russ in Gainesville ever had a paranormal experience, like seen a ghost or anything like that? Has he ever had a paranormal experience?
Oh, I'm going to go no.
Russ ever had a paranormal experience?
Yes. My father and I had something very strange happen one time. When he was recording his Red Neckersons, there was some guy talking in the background. There was no one there.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, we listened to it over and over again. It was very strange.
Do you still have the recordings? I'd love to hear that.
I have to ask my mom if she still has the tapes.
All right.
Probably.
All right, so no point for Nathan. Never have I ever with Russ in Gainesville. Grant, has Russ ever shot a gun? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. Grant, Russ, you ever shot a gun?
Absolutely. Guns are my favorite thing.
What the most recent time you fired a firearm? How long ago was it?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years ago now.
All right. But in case you're wondering, Russ is still packing heat. He just hasn't fired it, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so don't try jumping Russ in Gainesville as he's coming out of Applebee's. All right, here we go, Nathan. You get a point, by the way, Grant. Nathan, has Russ in Gainesville ever crossed state lines to buy better fireworks?
I am going to go with a yes on that.
I think so, too. Russ, you ever cross state lines to get better fireworks?
Yeah, because back in the day, they didn't have them here. You had to go to, I think, North Carolina.
Yeah. Chuck, I'm assuming fireworks were legal in Montana, right?
Fireworks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, all right. So you didn't have to cross. Because I was just thinking, living in a state as big as Montana, if you had to cross state lines to go somewhere.
No, but you get the best ones if you go on the Indian reservations.
Oh.
They don't have any rules over there, so you get the best ones if you go over there.
Now, how does that work if you're going on Indian? Do you have to show ID? What is it? Is there a gate?
No. It's just like a county line. You wouldn't really know unless you know.
Gotcha. Now, from where you grew up in Whitefish, Montana, how far a drive was it to the nearest state line?
State line?
Yeah.
Probably 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
That's not terrible.
So where I grew up in Connecticut, it was about 20, 25 minutes to the New York state line and the Massachusetts state line. There was no reason to go to the Massachusetts state line, but the New York state line had way more liberal liquor laws. Like Connecticut's blue laws were 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Can't get any after 8 p.m. But New York, you could do it. Sorry to hijack the game. All right, that was who was that? That was Nathan. Grant, you're up. Never have I ever with Russ in Gainesville. Has Russ in Gainesville ever accidentally ate pet food?
Accidentally?
Yeah, or you know what? Pet food in general. Deb wrote accidentally, but has he ever eaten pet food, accidentally or not?
You know, I'm going to think he may have.
That's a tough one. I think I'd go with you on that. Russ, you ever eaten pet food?
One of my friends, as a joke, he put like Alpo on a bunch of crackers while we were playing cards and gave it to us. There were some guys going, "That's really good. What is that?" Yeah, we accidentally ate some. Yeah.
That is, I would defriend that person on Facebook and in real life. So you got the point. Good job, Grant. Nathan, here we go. Has Russ in Gainesville ever sat in the back of a police car? The back of a police car.
Oh, yes.
Russ, ever been in the back of a police car?
Many times.
Many times. What was the most recent time, Russ?
To 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Almost anniversary, like at Christmas time. Yep.
Was everything okay? I mean, what happened?
I got arrested in Cumming last December. I was in jail on Christmas Eve.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you get prosecuted? Like, what happened?
We haven't even gone to court yet.
All right. So still pending, so we don't want to talk about that. All right, that was Grant, right? Nathan, you're up?
I thought I just...
Oh, that was you? All right, Grant, you're up?
Maybe.
All right, well, whatever. Again, we don't have Vanna White here.
It's hard to talk.
It should be me.
All right, Grant, has Russ in Gainesville ever clogged someone else's toilet? Whether intentionally or not intentionally?
Oh God, I'm gonna have to say yes.
Yeah, I would. Has. I mean, any true man has clogged someone else's toilet, right, Russ?
Yeah, I'm sure I've done that.
Yeah, all right. So we'll give you a point there. All right, final question. Never have her with Russ in Gainesville. Nathan, has Russ ever dated someone but ended up with their sister instead?
Being from Georgia, I want to say yes. I'm going to say no this time.
You say no. Russ, you ever dated someone and then flipped the script and went out with their sister?
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is crazy because I just put this on Facebook like an hour ago. Getting a girl's sister, that's like my revenge on them. That's the first thing I do. If a girl leaves me, I get her sister.
That is Russ's playbook right there. You go after the sister. All right, final score. I didn't even keep score, so I don't know. I think Grant barely will beat Nathan, but it doesn't matter, guys, because we don't have any prize packs, but I really appreciate you playing. Grant, always a pleasure. Nathan, pleasure to meet you. Have a good weekend, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Russ, any big weekend plans before we get out of here?
Not really. I've got a friend, Steve West. We're probably going to go to – he's got a lake house right down the road. We go over there and build a big bonfire, have some drinks. It's fun over there.
You want to? Are you inviting the Bananas to the lake house, or do we have to go through him for?
Absolutely, yeah. You guys can come over there. It's great.
Looks like we have plans this weekend, Chuck, in Longoria. Good stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good.
All
I
right.
appreciate the invite.
Russ, we'll talk to you on Monday.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot, Mark.
But I've got a website that I'm going to go to, I think, more than anything else. This is the greatest website of all time.
Okay.
For me, anyway. I don't know about you.
Restrooms.com.
No, it's running a close second is restrooms.com. It's McBroken.com.
Oh, yeah.
McBroken. So this guy, he deserves a Nobel Prize for something. His name is Rashik Zalid, created a new site called McBroken.com. Now, we all love McDonald's ice cream machine, right? The soft serve, the caramel sundae, the hot fudge sundae.
Sure.
But 9 times out of 10, it's like a joke. You go to McDonald's and you say, let me get a sundae. It's broken. This dude has now you can order online. Every 30 minutes, he tries to order a sundae from every McDonald's in the country.
Okay.
So, like, every 30 minutes, he orders something like $18,000 worth of ice cream, and just to see if they accepts the order.
Okay.
Because if it's broken, they say, no, we can't make you a hot fudge sundae. So this site will let you know if your McDonald's ice cream machine is broken or not. McBroken.com. That's genius. As a kid, the hot caramel sundae was the greatest thing after a Little League game, whatever. Like that, and to this day, but you can never get them. The machine is always broken. So no more wasted trips, thanks to McBroken.com. No more guessing. Oh, is my McDonald's ice cream machine broken?
That seems like a lot of work he has to go through to tell you.
It's all automated.
No, I understand that,
Yeah.
but it just seems like,
I love this guy.
But it's a cool app. I like it.
I want to get this guy on the show. What a genius move. Do you know how many times I've gone, and now I don't even ask anymore. It's that bad to the point where, and I love McDonald's, and I love their soft serve ice cream. Good, that hot fudge sundae with the nuts, and I don't even bother asking anymore because 9 times out of 10 it is broken. So maybe we can get that guy on the show. Rashik Zahid should win some sort of award. Alan wants to talk about McDonald's ice cream machine. What's going on, Alan?
Hey, every time I ever go to one, they're not broken. It's just that they're cleaning it.
All right, so I'm on McBroken right now. Let's see. My one on Howell Mill Road. Shocking. Broken.
Yeah, that one's always broken.
But the one on North Side Drive is working, apparently. Which one do you... Dahlonega. Oh, you're going to make me go way the heck up here. All right.
I'm up here.
Oh, Dahlonega. Here we go. You ready? I need a drum roll, Longoria. Hang for the drum roll. Alan, hold on a second. Longoria's fighting. Here we go. The McDonald's on 36 Mountain Road in Dahlonaga's ice cream machine is working.
Hey, thank you.
How about that? I'm telling you, this is the greatest site ever. Bookmark it, McBroken.com. This is fantastic. You know what? I'm going to go to the one in my parents' hometown. Look at that.
Hang out.
There's 2 McDonald's in Torrington, Connecticut, and both the machines are working.
I don't even think there's a McDonald's in Whitefish.
Where's the second? Yeah, no, there's definitely not. And you could literally go all over the country. All right, if I knew what Montana looked like as a state.
It's right there. It says Montana.
It's all the way
Helena?
to the left.
There's 2 in Helena.
Oh, there's 2. Okay.
Both are working.
Yeah, they're working because it's like 2 degrees and no one wants ice cream.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, they're like,
really, like
come
the
and get
high
ice cream.
yesterday was like 2 above.
Do you know where Livingston is?
Oh, yeah. It's right outside
that
of
one's
Bozeman.
busted. That one's not working in Livingston.
You don't know where Whitefish is.
I-90. No, where's Whitefish?
Go up and to the north.
Oh, there's the one on Whitefish, Montana is working.
There's one there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is on the corner of Greenwood Drive and State Route 93.
Okay, so that's right off the highway.
6495 Highway 93 in Whitefish, Montana. There is one in White. That's fantastic. Currently in the United States, 8.02% of ice cream machines at McDonald's are currently broken, which seems like a low number to me.
Yeah.
Just 8%.
There's a lot of McDonald's, though.
There are. By city, the most broken machines by city. Philadelphia, 15.6%.
Okay.
They had some rioting yesterday. That might have something to do with it. San Diego. It's a German.
Wales.
It's a German word for whale. No. 13.6% not working.
Wow.
San Francisco, 13.3%. The California McDonald's are not working. Los Angeles, 12.5% are not working. Boston, 11.11% not working. Same with San Jose. Houston, Texas, Longoria, 10.5% of the ice cream machines are not working. Just under 10% in San Antonio. Seattle, they're all working. McDonald's workers make like $23 an hour.
That's true. They make sure they're working.
It's crazy out there. There's no tipping in restaurants. I mean, you can do tips, but the waiters make a high salary,
right? And
they build that into the bill. So there's no tipping anymore. It's kind of like Europe, I guess, Deborah. This surprises me. In New York, only 2.17% of the ice cream machines are not working at McDonald's in New York. This is fantastic. One of the three in Dalton currently out, by the way, if you're going to Dalton right now. The one on Terra Boulevard at Mount Zion Road, that ice cream machine is not working. I could do this for 4 hours. People just call up, hey, is it working? The one on Flat Shoals Road, just inside 285, not working. I'll do it all day. One more segment to go of the Mark Arum Show. Welcome back. Final segment of the Friday edition of the Mark Arum Show. Tomorrow is Halloween. I am doing nothing. I'll sit at home and wait to see if any kids show up at my house. What about you, Deborah?
They're not trick-or-treating. They asked us not to pass out candy, but they're doing a parade for the kids in the costume.
So you'll go out there and egg the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heckle their costume.
Yeah, absolutely.
That costume stinks, Johnny!
Yep.
Longoria, what are you and the girls doing tomorrow with
we're throwing them a little party, just them two and us, and we're just hanging out, baking cakes, getting them all sugared up. I bought a piñata. We're going to have a little scavenger hunt in the house and outside the house and just kind of make it real fun for them.
Will you ask your lovely wife, Leslie, to post pictures, please?
Yes,
on Facebook,
we will.
because I want to see the girls. They're adorable little girls.
Yes. Yeah, one's going to be a SWAT officer, like a cop.
Nice.
And the other one is a ladybug superhero. I forgot what her name is.
That's all you need
something
to know.
on Disney.
Ladybug superhero. I don't know if Jazzercise can
Yeah,
do
he
this,
can.
but
Yeah.
Jazzercise, you got any big Halloween plans? You teaching at Curves tomorrow? What are you doing?
You know what? I'll be here working for Halloween.
Oh, nice.
But I'm thinking about, I'm on the edge. Am I going to go to this Halloween party tonight? I don't know. Should I?
Yes.
Mask up. Yeah, mask up.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna
especially if you're filling for Chuck next week. We don't want the Rona.
Mask up. Mask up.
Everyone have a fun but safe Halloween. Do what you got to do. And then Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so that's good stuff. Let's do a star of the Shizzo Longo. That rhymes.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum Star of the Show?
You know what, Jazzercise, you've done a great job. You're always a delight to see. You're going to get star of the show. You can see Jazzercise teaching Jazzercise. Where are you teaching these days, buddy?
LA Fitness at Atlantic Station and LA Fitness at Ansley Mall.
There you go. $12 cover charge? Is that what this is? We'll continue the conversation over the weekend on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Mark Arum. Facebook, Mark Arum WSB. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.